The binder's back, baby. She's transitioning to independent. She's got blonde highlights now, and blondes have more fun.
What you said in this book is you're angry at the people who tried to push him out.
Yes, that's correct.
Some Americans are going to say, seriously?
But not just the party that pushed him out, the party as it's behaving today in this moment when we need a Democratic Party to be fighting, to be an opposition party.
President Biden, who I've been around numerous times just in this last year, is sharp, he's focused, he's bright.
He is sharp, intensely probing, and detail-oriented and focused.
This is a man who is sharp, who is on top of his game, who knows what's going on.
He's smart. He's on his game.
I was in almost every meeting with the president, and the president was in front of and on top of it all, coordinating and directing leaders who are in charge of America's national security, not to mention our allies around the globe.
Every single one of them told us to lie. They sent us talking points saying, Biden's at the top of his game. He's running circles. He's a genius, but it's behind closed doors. You just can't see it. And what's my source? Trust me, bro. Every single one of them said that. So frankly, I'm not surprised that almost all of them pleaded the fifth rather than tell the American people the truth. It's been a year and they are still just dissembling and lying to the American people. And that is why their approval rating remains at 19%. And I think that's a very generous assessment right now. They still refuse to admit to their own complicity and guilt in this.
The apparent decline of Joe Biden, you said you're a member of the inner circle and you never saw the decline. And after that, I wrote, how? Yep. You even write, Karine, that you were on the plane with him going to the debate and you didn't see anything.
Well, when we were on Air Force One going to the debate, you got to remember his campaign people were on the team, his family was on the team. I actually was one of those rare trips that I didn't really see him until after the debate, even though I was on the plane. So really, I want everybody to know that I take this question incredibly seriously. I do. I was his White House press secretary, which means I had a role that saw him practically every day and traveled with him.
And you saw nothing.
For more than 95%. We've always said, we're not going to say, oh, he didn't age. He aged. And he poked fun at it. We always owned up. And with age comes what happens when you get older.
Which is?
But when we talk about the mental acuity, and again, I take this very, very seriously. I never saw anyone who wasn't there. I saw someone who was always engaged. I saw someone who understood policy, pushed us on the policy, and also understood history. And there were times, I'll tell you the story, there were times where he would call me into the Oval Office, and I would be like, oh no, because I knew whatever he was going to ask me was going to be direct, was going to be about a story he read, about how we're pushing back, how we're pushing a message forward.
And you write about...
Let me send you another one. This is a very high ranking, the Associate Counsel of Kamala Harris, and they would just send it out. So you have, just give you a taste, like every single day. This is not an anomaly. Every single day, to the point where I created a filter and it went into the trash. And that is, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not interested in being anyone's mouthpiece.
Yeah.
That's not who I am. Stephen, you know that much about me now. I'm not going to be here and regurgitate somebody else's script. Everything I'm saying is me. Yeah. And so this has always been, I've always been kind of a rebel. So I just sent you another one. This is the Deputy Communications Director. And so they would give us pre-made tweets. If you look at the bottom of the email, it would say stuff like, the VP gets it. The VP just connected the dots on Joy Reid. I don't know if you can see that, but so at the bottom, these are ready-made tweets that we could just, plunk in and tweet out.
We did have legislative wins.
Sure,
and
but he didn't talk about them that well, though. He couldn't talk about them. He wasn't campaigning.
No. Wait. First of all, he did talk about them. Whether it broke through or not, he did. Tim, he did talk about.
I mean, he talked way less to the press than Donald Trump does. Way less. And he wasn't out there at all. He wasn't good off the cuff. He wasn't doing press conferences. Let's just be real. Like, he didn't do debate events.
Tim, that's not true. Tim, you're conflating all of it. That's what you're doing. No, you're telling me he didn't talk well about it. Then you're telling me he didn't talk at all.
He didn't do either. He didn't
No,
talk very often, and when he did, it wasn't very good. He sounded very
maybe
old.
you
And
weren't paying attention to what we were doing at the White House. But
I paid attention. I'm with you on the policies. I'm talking about his performance.
The president spoke to the American people a couple times a week. He traveled and did domestic travel and talked directly to the American people.
She is doing such an outstanding job of covering up that BS. Who knew that she grew up on a farm and she knows how to sweep up cow dung and horse dung, because she's doing a damn good job cleaning up presidential dung based off of what she's doing. She's on the world tour trying to promote her book. She's trying to hold the Democrats accountable for sneaking and making Kamala the front runner for the Democratic nominee. She's pissed off. She's also in huge denial, and she's trying to set herself up for whatever's to come. She's pushing her book, can't piss off Biden because Biden is her meal ticket. President Biden is her meal ticket. That's her right-hand man. I will never say anything bad about this man. I don't care what you say. All we want you to do is tell the truth. You no longer have the job. It's not going to be a ding on you. We knew that as a press secretary under Biden's administration, that a lot of what you did was stretching of the truth. Not necessarily lying. A lot of people will say that you was lying. I will say that you were stretching the truth for your boss, for your supervisor. This is what you had to do, and he was your number one priority. Fine, we'll give you that. But the jig is up. He's out of office now. You're not working for the White House anymore. You can tell the truth. You have a book that just now came out where you're attacking Kamala, you're attacking Obama, you're attacking the Nancy Pelosi and whoever else joined forces to overlook President Biden for Kamala or whomever. The fact that they didn't take up for him or whatever you wanted them to do. I don't know what type of effect or impact he had on you, but for some strange reason, you just want to deny all culpability, all responsibility. You just want to say, look, I don't know what y'all seen, although we were showing you everything. But what I saw was an immaculate, sharp man, probably the best president in American history. And I've heard her say that before. It's ridiculous, man. But check this out right here. So Pocahontas, God dang it, Elizabeth Warren was in a she was in a podcast. She was being interviewed about President Biden, and she could not hold a straight face when she was asked questions about President Biden. I want y'all to check this out right here. Excuse me, I need to drink some water. But yeah, check this out, gang.
You regret saying that President Biden had a mental acuity. He had a sharpness to him. You said that up until July of last year.
I said what I believe to be true.
And you think he was as sharp as you?
Look at her face.
I said I had not seen decline. And I hadn't at that point.
You did not see any decline from 2024 Joe Biden to 2021 Joe Biden?
Not when I said that. You know, the thing is, he was sharp. He was on his feet. I saw him. Live event. I had meetings with him a couple of times.
Senator, on his feet is not praise. He can speak in sentences is not praise.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Look, the question is, what are we going to do now?
Okay.
Cop out. Not the question is, what type of mental and physical state was the president in? The question is, I have no answers, so we need to find somewhere else to go with this conversation. What are we going to do now? Nah, bruh. Nah, man. You guys should be held accountable for lying to the American people for as long as you did. Unfortunately, you will not be held accountable. We're waiting for Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and those guys to get to you all, but they're taking their sweet time. we know that they're getting things done. But at the end of the day, what we also know is that y'all lied to our faces the entire presidential term of Biden, Harris. And we're so glad that there's not going to be a Harris waltz, because that would have been horrible. But per usual, man, I want to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comments below. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van. Now we are all the LFR family. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Hopefully inside of our Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, or inside of our coaching group. Anybody that want to learn how to do this content creation thing, or if you already have a YouTube channel and it's just not leaving the ground or it's not doing well, tap into our YouTube course. It's in the very first link in the descriptions underneath this YouTube video. And join us as we move forward and make some great memories. I mean, we got some phenomenal people who are doing some great things on their YouTube channels, and most of them never looked at themselves, never saw themselves as content creators before. That all changes once you have the knowledge and you have the belief in yourself and you understand the value that you add to these social media streets. But y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have, trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing, we have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.